And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we are back playing the European Cities game, a population 500,000 plus, the game created by Guio, over 250,000 locations, which is good. This format we're going to do basically, it's a picture, like a picture on your phone that you take in a city that you can go and zoom in, but you can't move left to right, up or down, and all around. So this is a little fun. But very challenging. So as a result of this, we're going to do this as a no time limit game, no move, no pan. And as always, the play along link will be in the description below. So let's get into this. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day. And what do we have here? We have Mercedes-Benz. Could tell us that we might be in Germany, but I don't think this is the case because you see some signs over here. It says something Hikim, which, if I'm thinking about this right, there's a little squiggly in the bottom of this S, I think. Sultan Gudul, which probably signifies that we're Turkey. Probably Turkey. Any other clues? E. Okay, there's a giant Turkish flag right here. Okay, so I'm pretty... There is a lot. I don't know what this thing is here. Press 2 on this bus. Mercedes-Benz. And how far out can we zoom? Not much. So we've narrowed this to Turkey. Not sure what this says. Can we zoom? Nope. In that frame, we miss it. So not quite like a Apple phone picture. You know, you can get up into this area and zoom in. A little more, I guess, an older school picture phone, maybe like Paint, Microsoft Paint or something. But an interesting format nonetheless. So we got some buildings down here. Got a Mercedes-Benz, which is interesting. I don't know if you can't really see anything here. Well, there's an old Mercedes-Benz. So that's pretty cool right here. So we got a couple options with Turkey, 500,000 plus for Ankara, Istanbul. I don't know the populations of the other cities, unfortunately. Maybe this is a type of game in the future. Comment down below if you can do a Google search. So if you could help. I don't know if that would make sense or not. I think I'm just going to think we're probably Istanbul. It's a good guess. It's a safe guess. But one thing I think with the Google search that you could do is you could do cities. I guess maybe if we did this again, maybe we do European cities 100,000 plus, and then we can use a Google search. Maybe there's some parameters around it. But if you like that, if you want me to do that, comment down below. Or if you just want me to do this without any help, that would be the case. So I think it's just a random shot in the dark with this one. We could find a Mercedes place, but it could take all day. The point of these games sometimes is the short format is for YouTube, and I'll plug the Patreon. That's coming, hopefully today or tomorrow. And I'll put some videos up there, and those are going to be longer or shorter formats. So quick rounds and long rounds, so we could spend all day playing there. Maybe even some live games will be there as well. Do live. That's probably where I will do my first live one. And I'll do the occasional live one here, but that's coming as well. I think at this point, I guess we're just I'm gonna drop it here. Unless I see anything in this area. Because we're looking north, so I'm not really sure on this, but let's just say we're in this area where all these hotels are and whatever. Let's go for that. Oh my God. Holy crap. Wow. An insane guess right out of the gate. I guess, interesting. 350 yards, 4,997 points. This just made the game for me. Not James Joyce Irish, another Irish pub. Maybe I should be doing Irish pub games. I get distracted by that. You see Irish pub, James Joyce, they think, oof. Out of all the places, what is that? Why is that? Maybe because I've been to a James Joyce Irish pub before? I don't know. Anyway, a little distracted by that one. But yeah, I just narrowed it down to Istanbul as a city and Mercedes-Benz. And I saw, honestly, the reason behind this was this Sofitel. I thought I saw a Renaissance hotel. But Zara, seemed like a wealthier area. So decided that probably is a case where they're going to be selling Mercedes-Benz. At least Mercedes-Benz is a luxury car in the United States. I'm sure it's around the rest of the world, but what a great first round. Okay, so we are on the left side, so it's safe to say that we're in the United Kingdom on this one. Driving cars on the left-hand side, the squiggly lines here that you only seemingly see in London or these places. I don't know what this is for. Actually, no. You see this, I guess, everywhere in the United Kingdom. I saw this, I was in the Cayman Islands, which is a British territory, and you saw these. I guess it means slow down. I don't get the purpose of that, to be honest, if I'm being honest on that. I know there's a reason for it. I just don't. It means nothing to me when I'm driving. So, Radisson Blu. There's a Holiday Inn. Okay. Tandis. Wish I could see the sign. Fairly tall building over here. A Holiday Inn next to a Radisson Blu. So let's... That's not going to help. Does this frame help? This is where I need like a massive TV screen that I can see like the little details on things like here and here. But I'm not doing that. I'm playing this game on a laptop, guys. So, I could. Well, is this a luxury car right here? That's what it seems like. Okay, so we got a couple clues. Not much. I don't know for London though. I'd like to say we're London because it would be easy. But there's a couple cities here, so we need to see a Holiday Inn next to a Radisson Blu. I think again we could spend a lot of time on this. We're going to have a couple clues of Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham, London. I don't think we're Edinburgh. I think we can rule out. Let me just think about this for a second. Can we rule out Ireland on this? I think we can. Okay, so let's just take a look at 3 cities. Manchester, it could be Sheffield, I guess. Sheffield's big enough. Leeds, not sure if it's over 500,000. Let's start up here with Liverpool and Manchester, see if we see a Holiday Inn next to a Radisson. Kind of ambitious to do it this way, but I don't know what else to do. So we've got... Okay, so let's look for Radisson. The Baltic. Okay, so there's a Holiday Inn Express, the Beatles story. Didn't see... I'm not thinking this is a good one. Oh, wait, Radisson Blu. Looking north, so no, this wouldn't work. I don't know if there's a couple Radisson Blus, but I'm going to guess not. So let's rule out Liverpool on this one. Let's go to Manchester. Where would... okay, so we've got some... Birds are chirping here today. Park City Inn, Travel Lodge. A lot of travel lodges. But I would think that the Radisson Blu is probably not as prevalent. Maybe not a Holiday Inn either. Maybe. Where you could get a couple in a location. But this doesn't seem like I'm having much luck here. We can go to Sheffield and then I'm going to go to London. And then I'm just going to take an educated guess. Obviously, if I were to do a search, I would look for Radisson Blues. That's the first thing I would look for. Okay, so I'm not getting a feeling. Let's just look near Old Trafford. I don't really know if we've got a lot of clues. Okay, so Holiday Inn West. Okay, so let's rule out Manchester for now. And let's go to Sheffield. I think Sheffield is big enough, I think. I see Crown Plaza. I always think of Holiday Inns. I think it is a Holiday Inn, but I'm not sure. Or a variety thereof. Hidden gems. So there's not many. Maybe try Birmingham. I don't know why I'm not feeling the London vibe on this one. I don't know why. But not many hotels in Sheffield. At least they aren't coming up here. What is this? It's interesting. Seems like a good setup for this, but it's probably not it. Not the right hotel anyway, but Hampton. Wait. Nope, it doesn't curve up and around. Okay, so let's rule out Sheffield. Again, I could be totally off on the population on these things, but anyway, Birmingham seems fairly large. Wanted to be that one, but it's, well, let's see. Hold on. Aha! Here we are. A Holiday Inn. Yes, Radisson Blu. I think we're here. Yes, I think, yeah, this has got to be it. On the Smallbrook Queensway. Vivid Ink Tattoo Shop. Tandis. Does this curve a little bit? Yeah, we're here. Let's go for it. I don't think we need to wait any longer. 15 yards, 5,000 points. Great second round. Another great round. Wow. And here we are. Ooh. Now we get to the tough rounds. I'm going to guess that we're in a lot. I don't know why I think of Latvia, but I'm thinking Latvia in this one. I don't know if I'm going to waste much time because there's not many clues. There's virtually no language. If I could zoom in, I would try to look at this up here, but I can't see that. There's crosses. But I think we're in a Baltic state. I believe. I'm wondering what this guy's doing here. I don't know. Interesting roof style. Brick. This style here of, I don't know what this is, but just it seems Baltic to me. This could even be like Estonia. So I don't know the size of the cities, unfortunately. Is Riga? That's what's come to mind on this one. Let's just see one other clue. Let's look at the... It's probably well off too. Really no trees or anything to look at either. Just going off of pure architecture here. This could be a stain, but I'm just gonna go for Riga. This might not even be more than 500,000, which would stink. But why not just go with this? I'm just gonna go there. Let's just say we're in this area here of Latvia, and probably well off. Yep, 954 miles. We're in Kazan, Russia. So, yeah, that was not even close. That's what happens in this game. You get some good rounds, you get some bad rounds. So, not much time to waste on that one. We've got Bryce Robert. So this is probably French. Solmore. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on some trash on this one in France. It looks like it's spring. Trees are coming out, probably this time of year. Vinci. Does that say Lyon? Should I ride on that one there? That something Vinci, but that I don't know if that says Lyon or not. Like something Lyon. Is that like, say, KPMG Lyon or something? Is this like a business park? I'm gonna say that that's Lyon. Again, I could be totally off on this one. So Solmore distribution. It looks like, looking to the north, there's a train or something that goes behind this. So let's take a look at, would Lyon be? Yeah, Lyon would probably be big enough, I think. I don't know. This is riding on the edge on this one, on this clue. Okay, so here's the train. Let's find. Again, this is just a shot in the dark, I guess. Well, no, that's not the train. Wait. Yeah, here it comes through here. Looks like it goes under. Voltaire. No, Vinci. Okay, so here's some train here. Don't know. This is facing north, so we got to find a spot that would be looking north. And we're probably just closer here, if anything, to the city. So I'm just going to guess that we're here. If I could search all day for this and probably not find it, what I'm looking for here. But I'm just going to go off of the sign again. Right here says Lyon. That's a gamble, but one that I'm willing to take, knowing that this is France. Let's just see if these signs. It says BNB something real estate. I know these codes probably could tell you. Here's .fr. Vinci. up top on that building. I guess I could go look for Vinci. Maybe we're out here. I don't know. We could be out in this area, but I'm just going to guess there. 3.6 miles. Pretty good. We got the right city. Well, oh, man. I'm sure I put it... Avenue Paul Kruger. Interesting. I'm sure we could have gotten probably close to a perfect round had I spent a lot of time on this. Maybe. Would I have gotten this? Vinci? Does that show up? No. Yeah, this would have been... Yeah, I don't know about a perfect score on this one, but nonetheless, got that Leon, I saw that there. Just went with that. So sometimes in these games you just got to look for the tiniest clue, and here we're at a hard round, but at least we've got a palm tree right in the middle of the spot here. Probably Portugal. A lot of flora and fauna, or whatever you call it. No, but a lot of flowers. We could be in the south of France, too, I would guess. Big puffy clouds. Yeah, I'm going to go with Portugal on this one. Looking north. Okay, so that's interesting. Tall palm tree. A lot of gates around here. Yeah, this... Well... Can we go out further? No. Interesting light pole. Light fixture, whatever you want to call it. The tile on the top of the roof. I don't know why Portugal came in mind. Maybe I should stick with it and say that we're in Lisbon, right? Like it's what's got to be, right? It's the only one I would think. Porto, maybe, but I think this is probably Lisbon. Hilly, I think. Or these types of palm trees exist in Lisbon, perhaps. So maybe we're here somewhere in a neighborhood in Portugal. So maybe we're like out here somewhere. I don't know, but Lisbon, I'm just going to go for it, not waste any more time. And 3.8 miles. There we go. Awesome. So we got a great game. I'm really happy with this one. Going off of just some gut instinct on this one, some clues. So this is fun. I really enjoyed this one. What do we get here? Over 20,000 on this. Other than that one where we were in Kazan, I don't know if I would ever have gotten that one. To be honest, even if I took all day to do it, wouldn't have got it. But man, some great rounds from Istanbul, a great guest there, to let's take a look at this, to Birmingham, which was just thinking logically, right? Thinking about the different cities and just finding a Radisson Blu and a Holiday Inn next to each other. So some detective work that took 8 minutes. The other rounds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So not too bad. 20 minutes, 39 seconds. Longer format game. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you did better than me. But I'm pretty thrilled with this one. It's a personal record for me on this one in terms of this format. So yeah, if you like this one, hit the like button. Want to get this algorithm going. I guess that's what it is, right? Also want to get up to 2,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, that always helps the channel. Please subscribe. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.